Hi Librans, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl and we're looking at November 30th through December 6th. And the big news this week is that Venus is bidding your sign adieu and moving into Scorpio. Now, so you've had Venus and Mars in your sign for some time. So hopefully, those of you who were looking found somebody, because having Venus and Mars in your sign is like wearing a t-shirt that says date me or love me or I'm available, or having like a light glowing out of you that sort of says the same thing, because it's a very unusual thing to have Mars and Libra in your sign. Mars normally travels rather behind Mercury and Venus, which normally travel more together. It's all a bit different this year. Now, unfortunately, Venus is leaving your sign and moving into Scorpio, its most difficult placement. Venus and Scorpio are like oil and vinegar. Oil and vinegar? Oil and water. I'm not much of a cook. They just don't go together. They don't like each other. And the reason is that under the influence of this planet sign combination, we become intense and secretive and would rather be right than happy. So people are arguing about probably crazy things to the point where they're insisting on being right than just being like, whatever, like having a laugh and moving on, which doesn't bode well for the sit down at the dining room table on Christmas. Emotions run so deep they can last forever, even though no words may ever be spoken. Another way to look at the problem is that Venus symbolizes peace and love, and Scorpios thrive on crisis. Since the effects of this combination are unusually long-lasting, for better or worse, this is another deal breaker if you're looking for a wedding date now from until December 30th. And the reason is that Venus, your ruler, moves into Sagittarius December 31st. So, New Year's Eve, it's great. Propose away, get married away. But any time before then, it's really asking for trouble. It's asking for a marriage that starts off, or an engagement that starts off with Venus being in the unhappiest place she could possibly be. And why do that? Especially, if with Mars in Libra, it's such a clash, because you're so love and harmony and can't we all just get along, and Mars is like getting a sledgehammer and smashing down walls. It's like Donald Trump and all that energy he has, and everyone else is sort of saying, oh, you can't say that. Like it's hard to explain to people who don't understand. But if you look up Mars in Libra, and if you look up Venus in Scorpio in any astrology book, it'll say terrible placement. Mars is happiest in Capricorn, Venus is happiest in Pisces. So they're a long way from where they're happiest. Since the effects of this combination are unusually long-lasting, this is another deal breaker if you're looking for a wedding date or to get engaged before December 30th. As I said, Venus moves into Sagittarius December 31st. Getting engaged on New Year's Eve is fantastic. Before, not good. And neither is having a spontaneous wedding, which a lot of people do over the holidays because their whole family is there. Just think of all that. Have a great week, great speaking to you, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week.